Like they said, all pregnancies are different, all deliveries are different, all individuals are unique. But for the most part, we've been told to just lay back after having a baby because we have nothing better to do. So in this episode, I'm just going to be diving into all the traditional talks, myths women are expected to conform to. Well, I think they are funny to me, so I'll just say the funny myths after having a baby. Let's run into this topic for today. Hey amazing people, you're welcome to my channel once again. My name is Gloria. If you're new here, you're welcome to RIA'S cabin. Now this episode is going to be broken down into two parts, part 1 and part 2, because of explanations that I have to do in between every myth and every point. Okay, so this is part 1. For all my returning viewers, God bless you. Myth number 1: you will be too weak to do anything. Man, hey, whoever told us that, in fact, sometimes I just vex. Why would they tell us that you'll be too weak to do anything after having a baby? Now, the disclaimer is your recovery time and recuperating time may be absolutely different. What I'm going to be talking about here is, especially after like a week, within days, you may even have your energy back like that. For some women, they find it hard to get themselves back, especially if they went under the knife. But nonetheless, a week or two after delivery, and they expect that you still have to act in certain ways. This is the angle that I'm coming from. All right, so for the first one, you will be too weak to do anything. Who said? See, after my delivery with my daughter, I was really weak because I had stressed myself prior. Immediately I ate and I slept a little. I felt good. In fact, I stood up, I walked, I went home. I was normal, like myself. Okay, so I'm talking about the first few hours actually. When they say you'll be too weak to do anything, the myth here is they expect that when you get home, you will just sit down, allow every other person work for you. Have you seen Rich Dad Poor Dad, where they'll say, let your money be working for you while you relax? They expect that when you get home, everybody's at your beck and call. Mom, lay down, sleep, rest. I understand like people just telling you, please relax. Don't let it get into your brain. Oh, madam, get up. I think this is a mentality that has made many women, in quotes, or many ladies, young moms, a bit lazy because they feel like, oh, there are so many helps all around me. Especially when you had a stress-free delivery, it didn't have any impact on you, and yet you're relaxing completely just because they say you're not expected to do anything, you'll be too weak to do anything. If you have the energy, get up. Don't lay back there and be expecting manners to fall on your lap. Help to come here and there. In fact, let me tell you what this will do to you. It will help you pile on weights that you did not expect would even come. Just getting up, being active, you'll be losing the weight. I know it took you 9 months to build that weight, but why not start off, on time? I'm not telling you to go and kill yourself just because you want to show that you're strong. Or when you can, carry yourself, lift yourself. Don't just relax and say everybody's taking care of me. One advantage that we have over here in the United Kingdom, I see it as a disadvantage and both an advantage. Is the advantage is you'll be able to get up, get yourself up and be on the race, helping yourself, taking care of yourself, pressing your body, dealing with yourself. But the disadvantage is, you're weak, you're tired. At that point, you just want to relax, but you have no one to support you. The flip side is it actually got you on your feet. You will be grateful for it at the end of the day that you're able to pick up yourself on time. So that myth, okay, that you'll be too weak to do anything, I believe it is thrown into the bin because it doesn't work, it doesn't stand from my angle. Nonetheless, if you have your point, why not put it in the comment section? Just tell me, what do you think about this, that they tell you you'll be too weak to do anything? For me, I feel it is a no-no. If you stick to that point, it will make you lazy. I think it does more harm than good. Listen to that myth. Honestly, it affects our mentality because I've always heard it that you'll be too weak to do anything. That by the time I heard my son the first time, I was like, okay, they said I'll be too weak to do anything. When I got up, I was gisting, I was walking about, I'm like, but they told me that I'll be too weak to do anything. In fact, I was already prepared that I'll be too weak, Oh my goodness. Myth number 2: you must stay in bed for long. Hey, I'm like the wrongest person to tell to stay in bed. Honestly, I doubt that. I think it's how your mentality is or how you see yourself or how you feel in your body. That should dictate how long you want to stay in bed or not. But for the most part, getting your blood pumping, even though you just had a baby, walk around. The same way when you're pregnant, like 9 months pregnant, they tell you if you're going to take a plane, don't just sit. If it's a long flight, don't sit in one place for 10 hours. Try and walk around the plane back and forth. It's the same way after having a baby. It's encouraged that you try and move your body for blood to pump, because sometimes there may be water retention, there may be other things in your body that you just need to walk off. Okay, so staying in bed for long, what if you didn't have food, nobody to take it, and you have a toddler, and maybe your husband is always working, he couldn't have the time off or whatsoever, or maybe they're not even around? What will you do? You stay in bed. Who will take care of your toddler? Who will go and bring food for you? Remember, you need food for your breast milk to flow very well. So I think that myth is off, except someone's going to bring another perspective to me. All pregnancies are different and all deliveries are different, but staying in bed for so long is a bit too much. Myth number 3, tummy binding. Hey, I've heard people telling me, saying that you can bind your tummy immediately after having a baby. You can tie a cloth though, no problem, but ghetto, if I hear, don't let anybody tell you that you can wear a ghetto immediately after having a baby, just like that, except it's an extra large ghetto, especially for your tummy. If on the reverse, maybe you're really on the smaller side, and after the birth, I've heard 1 or 2 stories that you were able to put on ghetto immediately after. But for the most part, ladies, don't go and kill yourself. Don't feel like, I'm too big. You took 9 months to put on that weight. Give yourself time, okay? Don't just expect ghetto to fall in. I remember I had this extra small ghetto, and I was hoping it just pop it back on. Man, it couldn't even go across my tummy, let alone clicking. It didn't even get to the front of my tummy after having a baby. So please don't feel overwhelmed, don't feel pressure that they said you must be able to wear ghetto immediately after. Give yourself time. The best thing to do is use a cloth. Use a cloth that is really long. Those are traditional cloth, right? Use them, tie your tummy. That's better, okay? And at the same time, give yourself time, especially if you had a CS. Don't be pressured to go. Ghetto is painful. Even tying a cloth, you may run temperature. I remember with my son, obviously I wanted to lose the weight like that. I would say, I need to wear ghetto. When I couldn't, and then I tied the cloth. I tried sleeping with it. Then I woke up with fever. They didn't tell me twice. I took it off. Even tying the tummy within a space of 2 hours. I think it's advisable every 2 hours, put it on, take it off, put it on. It's better than wearing it at a stretch all through the day. You would cause trouble for yourself. Your body is still healing. I think it's too much pressure. Just have mercy on your body, please. Okay, that's myth thrown into the bin. It doesn't work. So if you watched to this part, please subscribe. If you haven't clicked on that bell, why not? Click on the like button, subscribe. That is how you help us to grow. Myth number 4, you must wear very thick and big sanitary towels or maternity pads. Who are these people that are telling us all these things? I had it in my brain, in my skull, even that after having a baby. Like, I remember when I was going to buy maternity pads, right? I got it. When I looked at it, I said, this thing is small. I bought it at Boots. Like, this one, it's the maternity pad. I said, are you sure? This thing is looking small. With what I know, it has to be big. And they were like, no, this is actually fine. No. Okay, then I went into the hospital after having my baby. They want me that a little bit big, but not like, oh my goodness. If you saw the way they were explaining, you'd be amazed how the bleeding will even cease even a day after having a baby, that you may even go back to using your normal sanitary towel, like after 2-3 days. This myth of saying you have to put on big sanitary towel, it is a lie from the pit of hell. I rebuke it. Who is giving us all these stories? Maybe it's our mother's time, our forefathers' time, not in this generation, okay? That myth should be thrown out of the window. Number 5 myth is, I think this is one of the most funny myths that I've heard, that once you have a baby, that VV or VJJ is loosed for life. Bishop T.D. Jakes, woman, thou art loosed. You are loosed for life. See, that is absolutely not correct. God is not a foolish businessman. According to Pastor Damina, whatever he has done, it is good. When he looked at it, he said it is good. His plans are perfect and for our own edification. He told us to go and multiply, be fruitful, multiply. How would we multiply if that part is scattered just after one baby? It is not true. Okay, it is not true. Your body comes back. Yes, after stitches here and there, it may take a while, and you may even enjoy yourself even more better. I'm shy than it was before you had a baby. Okay, so that myth, please don't let it get into your brain. If you had an unexpected birth that led to CS and all of that, don't judge yourself. And I'm not judging anybody. But if you opt in without any concern whatsoever, just because you feel, my husband and I decided, let us just go, without any complication, with doctors did not tell you that you cannot have a baby naturally, don't opt in just like that, just because the mentality of I'm going to be loose down there. If that's the reason why you're going for a CS, then I think your priorities are absolutely wrong. Be well informed. You need to be more educated on this. It is not true. Okay, that myth needs to be thrown into the bin. If something happened that led to a CS, give God all the praise and all the glory. At the end of the day, you have your testimony. That is the most important. Myth number 6: breastfeeding will prevent pregnancy. Don't say it one more time. Don't. If I hear, do you know? Oh my goodness, we have heard stories that this is an absolute falsehood. Maybe some people feel that just because they are breastfeeding, not ovulating, they are not menstruating, so you're safe. Breastfeeding is not a form of contraceptive, and doctors will tell you that. Still take necessary precautions if you don't want to get pregnant. Hello. You'll receive the shock of your life. If you're not really interested in getting pregnant yet, go get the necessary contraceptive. I know it's not so good for your hormones, but it will help you rather than thinking breastfeeding is a form of contraceptive. It isn't. You may not know, maybe it's that window of when period is supposed to come and all of that, and then you may take it. Just be careful. Myth number 7 is, and I think this is the last point, after a C-section, always a C-section. Girl, stop it. It is not true. Don't believe it. It is a lie from the pit of hell. Okay, you may have seen some individuals that had it all through, but it doesn't mean it should be your case. Growing up, there's this lady, as she was pregnant, she believed God to have a vaginal birth. Well, she did it at the end of the day because it was an emergency. She ended up having a CS. She haunted herself. Like she told herself, no, this is not it. Now I know there's no curse. The most important thing is you are awake, you are alive, you are healthy, your baby is sound and fine. But she really didn't sit well with her, and so she really prayed about it. And this time she got into a mental space of positivity, speaking into her body. Like she started investing into her spirit. Every day she spoke life. She kept saying, this baby, I'm going to have you vaginally, I'm going to have you naturally, because growing then in Nigeria, the health system wasn't very strong, and then after the CS, there's so many cuts here and there, so many things that doesn't go well. Like she had so many issues here and there, and that was why I think she was really focused and strong on not having a CS again. Then she started speaking words. Like every day you could see growth in her, you could see development. If she comes in contact with you, in your face, she'll tell you, see, hey, this is my baby, I'm going to birth this baby naturally. She was taking the commitment. Like she was just constantly speaking life to her body. Trust me, she had 2 more babies afterwards, and they were all vaginal birth. Don't believe that it has once a C-section, always a C-section. It is a lie from the pit of hell. Some people go in just because, well, let me just do it, get it done. I've done it before, why not? But otherwise, if you believe God, you're strengthened, it is possible. Okay, I think what sometimes doctors will advise you, okay, give it enough time, for your body to heal, so by next time you're coming, you'll be able to push, like all your muscles are firmer. That is it. And don't feel dejected that, because you had one CS, it is over for you. Hello, that is a major surgery. According to Pastor Medra, she'll tell you CS is a major surgery, cesarean section. Don't beat yourself up. Be grateful to God for life. It's just the same way someone will go for a heart procedure, tearing you up, getting something out of you and stitching you back up, like fibro surgery. That is a major surgery. Give God praise for life and don't kill yourself about it. You know, more greater testimonies are ahead of you. Even though you end up having 3, 2, via CS, I still celebrate you. Okay, Mom, you did a great job. Don't let anybody beat you up about that, okay? So that has brought me to the end of this part 1. I'm sure that these are some of the things that we've heard about before. I just debunked some of them. Somewhere around the corner or in my next episode, I may be uploading the part 2, okay? I didn't want it to be too long. That is why I should drop it into 2. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful time. Take care. Bye.